India has made significant progress in astronomical sciences during the last 50 years. Several important observatories have been established in the country. These are located in Kodaikanal, Kavalur, Ooty, Hyderabad, Pune, Mount Abu, Udaipur, Nainital and Ladakh. ARIES, or the Aryabhat Research Institute of Observational Sciences at Manora Peak, Nainital, Uttarakhand, is on the forefront of research in India. Here, scientists and students work on challenging research problems in the field of astronomy, astrophysics, and atmospheric sciences. Since 2004, ARIES is functioning under the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Before this, it was a state observatory which was established in Varanasi in 1954, and a year later, in 1955, it was moved to Nainital. The first telescope of the institute was a 10-inch refractor. ARIES has now established a 3.6-meter optical telescope, India's largest, at Devasthal, to strengthen the country's capabilities in astronomy. The telescope was technically activated by the Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi and Belgium's Prime Minister Mr. Charles Michel on the 30th of March 2016. The project was a bilateral collaboration program between the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and the Belgian government's Science Department, BELSPO.
The 3.6-meter Devasthal optical telescope operationalized at Devasthal by ARIES in March 2016 marks a significant leap for astronomical research in India. This state-of-the-art telescope provides Indian astronomers with the capability to study our cosmic events more comprehensively, discover black holes and even planets outside our solar system, with the larger objective to understand the evolution of the universe.
This leap in Indian astronomy was a culmination of a long journey. Manora Peak, where ARIES is located, is in close proximity to the hill station of Nainital and suffers from the bright lights from the city. Realizing that bright lights will limit celestial observations in future, the scientists of ARIES started searching a better and darker site in the vicinity in 1990s. The search ended at about 20 kilometers line of sight distance from Nainital at a location called Devasthal, situated at an altitude of nearly 2,500 meters. To reach and study the atmospheric characterization of Devasthal in the 90s required transporting heavy observing instruments, a difficult task undertaken by using horses and porters. The 3.6-meter telescope project started in 2006. The excavation work at Devasthal was difficult due to the hard rocks at the peak. The construction team toiled in cold conditions to deliver the technical building for housing the telescope. The design and construction work of telescope was given to Belgian company Advanced Mechanical and Optical Systems, or AMOS, in 2007. ARIES and AMOS jointly started working on the challenging specifications to ensure that all the instrumentation and technology used in the telescope was cutting edge. The 3.6-meter telescope uses world-class control system and other hardwares necessary to obtain a very high pointing and tracking accuracy. The control system is highly sophisticated and fully automated.
The large astronomical telescopes, the objective of such telescopes is to precisely track the objects in sky and produce sub-arc-second accurate images at the focal plane. Now, the two technical challenges in this telescope is to precisely track the objects and also precisely control the mirror and optical systems to maintain the images as stable as possible. That is within a few microradians for such a large structure weighing over several tons.
The Devasthal telescope mirror has active optics technology with 69 force actuators which maintain the shape of the mirror to a few tenths of nanometers against any change in gravity caused by the motion of the telescope.
In the beginning, as a first light instrument, we have a very sophisticated camera which will do imaging, and this imaging will be done for several celestial objects like galaxies, stars, black hole candidates, and so on.
The scientists and engineers from ARIES designed sophisticated observing instruments. The first observing instruments are a charge-coupled device or CCD imager and a low-dispersion spectrograph called faint object spectrograph and camera or FOSC. This is the first FOSC completely designed and assembled in India by ARIES.
The telescope is incomplete without a good back-end instrument. DOT is supposed to be used extensively for spectroscopy observation, so it requires a very good spectrograph. So we took the task of building the first spectrograph here in ARIES, that is a low dispersion spectrograph. And this is the lab behind me where we have been assembling the optics and most of the sensitive parts like charge-coupled device, camera.
The telescope building at Devasthal is thermalized so that the turbulence caused by heat dissipation from the building is minimized.
The primary mirror of this telescope is 3.6 meter in diameter, and the existing optical telescope in India are of 2 meter size. So in a sense, observation with this telescope will be about 3 times more sensitive than the existing telescope in India, and that will enhance our capability to study deep sky objects.
As a precursor to the installation of India's largest telescope, ARIES first installed and operationalized a modern 1.3 meter optical telescope at Devasthal in 2010. The images obtained from this telescope confirmed that Devasthal is an excellent observing site. In 2014, once the 150-ton telescope was sky-tested by ARIES in Belgium, it was dismantled and transported to Mundra port in India. It then made its way through the steep and narrow mountain roads of Uttarakhand to Devasthal's site.
So if we look at the telescope, I mean it's a massive structure. So massive structure of about 5 meters or so. So the components that we have to transport from say the planes to the site where we have put the telescope is about 5 meters. So basically you have to take these components through the curves and the difficult terrain and the difficult roads that we have. So here I must say that the ARIES is very much thankful to the local administration for giving us all the support that we required.
At Devasthal, ARIES engineers painstakingly assembled and integrated the telescope within 6 months. While the installation process was on, the first aluminization of the mirror was achieved by ARIES at Devasthal in collaboration with Indian industries. The first high-quality scientific light with the telescope was achieved in October 2015. The images of binary stars were resolved to an angular separation of 0.4 arc-second, which is the standard for a world-class ground-based optical observatory. To further augment research at Devasthal, ARIES will be receiving a 4-meter international liquid mirror telescope in collaboration with Belgium and Canada. Devasthal Observatory, with its world-class telescopes, has now become a prime location in the field of astrophysics on the world map.
The international level 3.6 meter DOT will also strengthen collaborative research projects with other countries and truly make India a research hub for astronomical sciences.